Hey everybody, it's Jochen Heiden, and I'm back with the Lodrik versus Heiden campaign. Of course, we're playing War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is Scenario 1. Today is the 6th of March, 1942, turn 90. So let's see how bad we get beat up today. Okay, here we go. March 6, 1942. Yesterday's turn was not so great. All right, he grabs Tasserfronga, which completes the conquest of Guadalcanal. Like I was saying, yesterday's turn didn't go so great, and what was that? Task Force reacting to what? Okay, so he's at Norfolk. What was going on at Port Moresby? What was that? Reacting to what? What was that? So no night bombing at all. It's fine with me. Hasn't been going well for me anyway. Okay, so that ship at Pago Pago just sank, and we kind of knew that it would anyway. Dang it. What is going on at Port Moresby? A lot of Coast Watcher activity down here. What is that? Reacting. What is going on? There's something weird going on at Port Moresby. Oh, you, you gotta be kidding me! Oh my god. Another one. Oh, this is just out of control. Oh. Long Lance torpedo attack. Look at this. This is just ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. He's just knows where all my stuff's at, guys. Look at this. This is a Long Lance torpedo attack. Listen, look at this. I am so embarrassed right now. This is so outrageous. He's literally sitting at the edge of the map, camping at the penalty box. This is just ridiculous. Look at all these torpedoes that he's launching. Look at this. I'm at a loss for words here. I don't even know what to say to this, really. I don't even know what to say. This is a huge setback for me now. Losing all these ships like this. There's really good ships in this task force. I don't understand it. I don't understand. I don't get it. Now we have to sit. Nothing goes to Perth anymore. We are done. No more. No more Perth. I cannot take these losses. No way. They literally I had no chance to react to this. These guys coming on the map here, I can't stop them. And he's just putting ships right there on the edge of the map. So man, this is strategy gaming dojo level of incompetence displayed by me. This is what this is. I swore I would never be like that guy, and here I am getting my butt kicked by Lodrik in just as shameful fashion. I'm so ashamed of myself. I can't take it anymore. I can't watch this. I can't watch it. Let's just get to the point here. All right, all right, all right. Yep, they're all dead. We know that. They're all dead. All of them. Oh my god, this is so this is so bad. Oh man. Wow. Haguro, Kamano, Furutaka, and Kako. And all of these... Look at this. Why? How? How does he have this many destroyers to be sending out on these frivolous missions? How far away is he from base? We lost everything. Oh, this is so bad. Look at this. Launches long lance torpedoes, man. These torpedoes destroyed us. Look at this. Look at this. This is so bad. There can't be anything left alive here, right? Yeah, oh, this one is, but it's going to sink. Torpedo hits. One. Look at this. So this ship is the only one that's left, the El Medina, and I can guarantee you it's not going to make it. Wow. Guys, this is bad. Look at this. This is worse than yesterday. Oh, thank goodness. Let's get this guy, man. Let's get this guy. Come on. Give it to him. Come on, Perkins. Give me something. He's going to get away, isn't he? Well, at least we got the I-25 to waste 4 torpedoes, but would have liked to have hit it a little bit. So we know now what he's got camping out near Port Moresby. Man. All right, so in the previous turns, we've seen very little air activity in China. So I'll be kind of curious as to what transpires here today. So far, it appears to be mostly recon missions. All right, so okay, so he's using some bombers to attack these bases north of Xi'an, and I think, judging by what he's targeting, this is going to be the hex that he tries to go for. He's going to try to punch through here. Unfortunately, we have thunderstorms in the hex, right? So the damage is pretty light. Oh, here we go. We're back to the old Lodrik death bombing. This is going to be costly today. Watch this. Yeah, look at those losses, man. So he's attacking us as we retreat to get back into Henyang. He's trying to slow us down because he is coming this way. Okay, these are coming out of Canton. So, all right, Lodrik was just saving up some supplies for a couple days, I think. And now he's back at it. Yep, here we go. Man, just imagine if I had some fighters to devote to this. This wouldn't be happening right now. I just don't have them. Oh yeah, we're full bombing attack today. So he's definitely targeting this hex because that's where he's going to go through. Yeah, he's just kind of spilling the beans or kind of telegraphing his move. This is the weaker of the two stacks that I've got. Right, and he's attacking up in Xi'an to weaken it for an attack, and he's attacking us down here to slow us down because these troops are on their way back to retreat to Henyang. So I see what he's doing. It makes sense. I would too. All right, B-17's coming in for a milk run over Chiang Mai. Definitely has a lot of flak there. All right, that's good. A lot of hits here, and these are good hits. All right, so these hits don't tell you how much damage you cause. They just tell you that we hit it. But these are 500-pound bombs, and there's a lot of them. So this damage will add up a lot. And in the meantime, we're training our bomber pilots to be more effective. Man, I cannot believe that cruiser raid. There it is. I knew it was gonna sink. Golly, embarrassing. I just can't believe that. Wow. Oh, this is not going well. Oh, oh. Well, look who showed up. Let's see if these guns at Terracan can do some damage here. Bringing a bunch of destroyer minesweepers in here to do this. Huh. Well, unfortunately, our coastal guns did not react here. We take way more casualties than he did. And it looks like he's going to land some troops here. Dang it. Some more of this SNLF. Terracan doesn't have a long time to live here, I don't think. All right, so now we know what he's got. He's got an independent SNLF company taking Norfolk Island. There it is. Oh. Wow. That's a lot of troops. I think he's got it this time, guys. I don't know. I don't think we're going to survive this one. Oh, it was just us bombarding, but look what he's got here now. Yeah, when he does attack, I think he's going to have it. Okay, the 12th Indian Brigade in Malaya, our last holdouts on the whole peninsula. And they're still holding out. Although he did cause us some casualties this time. Like, good ones. All right. Man, this was not the kind of turn that I was hoping to have here at all. This was tough. He has 2 complete cruiser task forces out there raiding Perth convoys. I asked for it, didn't I? I totally asked for that, but it just sucks because that's so many ships to lose for nothing. I don't even want to look at the intel screen after this. It's gonna be so bad. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Well, another day, another completely wasted, eradicated, destroyed convoy. Out in the middle of nowhere, no less. We'll get to it. Let's look at intelligence. So this was a weird one today. No air losses at all. 0 and 0. Despite all the bombing in China, the Japanese managed not to get any ops losses, which is really bizarre. Usually they take a couple losses when they're operating all those aircraft, but whatever. Nobody lost any aircraft today. There's no even point to even look at the pilot replacements. Well, I guess we can look at it anyway, but we didn't lose any pilots this turn for sure. Let's see if there's any wounded pilots we can recover here. And nope. Looks like they're all alive, and whoever's wounded here in the group is coming back. In the reserve, not quite the same story. We still have a bunch of pilots missing return dates, so we're just going to wait. Let me see what happens with that still. Old Tanner B, still nothing. I'm hoping we get him back with all these other wounded pilots, but there's a strong chance we're going to have to retire these guys. All right. Army loss points pretty mild today. A little bit of stuff in Malaya, but nothing else. anywhere else except in China. Some bombing is really superficial. Army lost points this turn. Now this, on the other hand, this metric, this is the one that hurts me the most. Allied ship sunk. You ready? You ready? Look at this. Look at this slaughter. This is so bad. Um, so the Sirius sank at Pago Pago. We knew it was going to sink anyway because it was damaged and on fire. I had it out unloading what supply I could before it went down, so this is not a surprise. What was a surprise was this complete eradication of this AK convoy. These were coming out of Cape Town for Perth. They were loaded with fuel. They were, if you look on the screen over here to your left, they came out of the penalty box right here because this line, if you follow my mouse, goes straight to Perth. So what Lodrik did, which I think is really, really gamey, cheesy. I'm not a fan of this, but you know, there's no rule against it. He parked a convoy. He parked a huge task force right off of here, and sat there and waited because he knows that ships coming on map come on map right here. That's really exploiting the game engine because you know that they're coming in from there if they're going to Perth. But you know, it is what it is, I guess. I think I've already said that, but I just think it's kind of crappy. So one thing that was really interesting was the long lance torpedo attack. The Japanese destroyers launched a massive torpedo attack, and look at the bulk of our losses were due to that, which was kind of cool to see it because you don't see that many destroyers together having an opportunity to launch an attack like that, but they did. I'm pretty sure they're all out of ammo now, which is fine. They can go home and get some more. But yeah, we lost all these ships. They were loaded with fuel. Some of these are good, but as much as it hurts me, these aren't ships that are going to lose me the war because I'm going to get more of these, and some of these are kind of not even that good, like these ones down here. So at the end of the day, is this going to lose me the battle, the campaign? No. It hurts my pride a lot, but I'll survive it. You know, so good job, Lodrik, I guess, parking right here because you had nothing better to do with your stuff. Yeah. So let's talk about the combat report. The only thing that I saw that was noteworthy, other than this massive task force here, and get a good look, the Haguro, Kamano, Furitaka, and Kako. Look at all these destroyers. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 destroyers. Look at this. Incredible. And then he swept 3 more mines of Port Blair. I'm pretty sure that's the end of the mines there. As far as SIGINT, I already looked through it, and the only thing that I thought was even remotely noteworthy was over here at Surabaya. We had 2 consecutive radio traffic calls, and when you have something like that, you get some pretty good intel. So here we see that he really hasn't worked very hard on restoring the industry, and he probably won't because that costs 1,000 supply per damage point of industry or infrastructure, and he's not going to spend that money. We know he's got at least 32 fighters there. Okay, fine. And then, on top of that, he has 6 ships and ports, 5 AKs, and a cruiser mine layer. So, cool SIGINT, right? As far as the operations report, there's basically nothing of note worth talking about in there, so we can just kind of skip it. I looked through it thoroughly, and I didn't see anything that we can't talk about on the map. And we'll go ahead and get right into it. So, things are getting kind of bad in China again. Really bad. And let me show you why I think it's bad. This old thing just pulled into this hex right here, okay, and I don't know if our troops are going to be able to hold it. He's got a lot of armor in here. He's got a lot of infantry in here. He left 1 unit back here as a guard so that we can't come in behind him and close the gap and cut him off. So that unit's not going to move. He's going to guard this hex, right? Because if we get in behind him here, we can cut off his supply to this unit, and he won't let that happen. Now, here's my concern. This hex only has 2,000 assault value in there, and these troops are not in the best of shape. Okay, we have some morale that's really low, which means these units are very likely to break under a heavy attack. We also don't have a lot of forts built up. See, hardly any fort level here. So one thing we do have going for us is the terrain. It's ×2 terrain, so this is equivalent of about 4,000 AV as opposed to 2,000. But even with that, I don't know if that's enough to hold these guys back. And you can bet, and mark my words, write this down, we're going to see the mother of all bombing campaigns in this Hex next turn, because he's going to want to soften these guys up for his attack. So we'll probably see 200 plus bombers thrown at this Hex tomorrow when he bombs these guys. And that, again, the intent there is to create disruption so that when he attacks, our units are not as cohesive as they could be. This Hex is a lot stronger. We've got 3200 AV there. I'm in a process of redistributing some to this side, but it takes time because they're crossing this Hex here in rough terrain. Let me show you. Rough to rough, so they're moving very slowly. I think it's this unit right here. It's only moved 19 miles in 3 days, so we're not going to get there in time. So I will tell you right now, if he blows this unit out, we are in serious trouble. I don't even know what to do then. Maybe shift a couple units up this way to block at here. No, that's not even any good. Probably right here to keep him from cutting the road, to keep our fuel from flowing into Chungking. But things are getting kind of yucky, especially if he's successful in this Hex. It's going to change everything. And if that weren't bad enough, we're having issues down here. He got his first unit into this Hex. I don't know what's going on here. This seems maybe like a mistake. Like he was only sending one unit here the whole time. But if that's true, that's actually good for us because that buys us time. Because this one unit cannot hurt us in any of these 3 hexes. These guys in Pinxiang are definitely on the move though. But we're well on our way to getting into Henyang. We've got a great head start on him. And a lot of these guys, if you look at them, have a lot of movement on them. So we should be okay getting into Henyang in time. And maybe we can split everything up here and hold this a bit. We'll see. But look, now he's moving these guys down here. Look, he's just got stuff everywhere. But we need to see if this unit falls into here. And then that's when I'm going to be a lot more concerned. So I'm going to get some recon on here and here and see if we can see what exactly is coming. Plus, we already know what he's got here, and they're on the move. So he's definitely moving for an encirclement of some sort. But I think we're just a little bit ahead of him now, so we're able to get our troops hopefully into position to stop this all. But Lodrik's really spicing things up in China again. He's had some setbacks at Changsha, but it's not stopping him from attempting to do something different, which is what he's been needing to do for months. I'm glad he's actually doing it. Keep things spicy for me. All right. In Burma, it's been pretty quiet. Our B-17s bombed Chiang Mai last turn. We did enough damage here that we know he's not building it up anymore. And now we see that he's got at least one unit, maybe more of them, retreating from Chiang Mai. I actually see this as an opportunity. I would love to take this base and deny him the ability to launch aircraft out of here. Additionally, I see an opportunity here. Pisanukolokole. He's only got one unit here. And it looks like just a... Like a, what do you call those things? Those like a base force? I think it might be worthwhile to try to attack across here. My only concern is that these guys are going to be strat moving, so they'll get here faster. So we'll have to see. It may be unwise to do that. I think we'll wait a bit. I'll just talk myself out of it. We're going to wait a bit. I want more troops here because this is going to be a shock attack. Because if you see this purple indicates that it's going to be moving through a river hex. So when we cross this hex into enemy held territory, it initiates a shock attack whether I want it or not. And if you don't have enough force to be overwhelming in that, it won't go well for you. So I think we're just going to have to wait a bit till I get more troops into a hang. But we are going to proceed with our attack in Thailand here, just to keep things, moving in a direction. No real activity out here in the Andaman Sea or the Bay of Bengal, other than the fact that we know that he's cleared the mines at Port Blair. So I might just go send another task force out there and lay some more mines. Why not? He won't see him until he runs into him. But I really want to keep him from building up Port Blair, because that could be a problem for us. So we'll watch Port Blair carefully. Things are pretty quiet over here in Colombo, on Ceylon. Our carriers that are up here in Bombay. I remember I relocated everything temporarily up there when the Akito Budai came up there. I'm ready to bring them back now because we have. Where's it at? Let me show you what we got here. We've got 70 some odd fighters here. We got another 20 here, and all of my carrier fighter aircraft are now on the way back via Madras to Ceylon. So we'll have well over 100 fighters in Ceylon here in just a little while, and I think that's enough to defend the island from a Akito Butai attack. We've been effective at doing that in the past, so I think we can do it again here. All right, moving down, we have not much activity here on Malaya except for these poor Indian troops that are still slugging it out of Malaya after all these months. At some point, they're going to break, but they're really not. This unit being here is not really helping us at all anymore. It's just I don't have any way of getting them out of there. Palembang, we're still waiting for the shoe to drop. Any day now, we're expecting him to go ahead and attack. We're doing all we can to build up the forts, but with this AV, it's just not enough. So all these guys are going to die. And he's going to inherit almost 1 million tons of fuel, 128,000 tons of fuel. I mean, oil, oil, fuel, you can read it yourself. I can't read. Oh, at Tarakan, he landed more troops here, and now he's got about 250 AV, which I am pretty sure is more than enough to take this island, or this base rather, which is really unfortunate. I was hoping that the coastal defense guns would do a little bit better, but I think they're just kind of broke. They didn't get a good shot in it. If these 120s had hit on those DMSs, we would have had something, but they just didn't fire this time, so he got away with murder. But now he's got enough troops to take Tarakan, and that might be it for that. He's now into Malaybalay. I'm waiting for him to attack. I'm not quite sure why he hasn't yet, but he probably should soon because every day that goes by we build up a little more fort level here, so he might as well just go ahead and kill us now. I don't think these Filipino troops are going to do much anyway. So that task force that was hanging out near this area last turn made it back to turn 8. I'm not taking the bait on that right now. I think he's trying to get us to attack it again. We know he's got zeros in cap. It's not really worth it to me. So we're just gonna wait until a juicier target comes through here, and then we'll try to pick something off. We got these guys inching forward. I feel like this is bait as well. This AMC. He's trying to get us to do something with this, so I feel like it's just bait for aircraft to kill it. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Maybe these guys will intercept. They're on their way to Kupang. These patrol gunboats definitely got enough guns to get the job done. So we'll see if they can intercept this guy. I don't know if I want to send aircraft out there right now. So over here at Perth now, all of a sudden Perth went from being completely quiet to a complete disaster area. This is that surface combat task force that attacked us last turn. The only reason that we see it is because I've got my PPY set to scout, so we know he's out here. I think he's going to be heading back here pretty soon. He's probably low on fuel, being this far away from Surabaya. And then, of course, Lodrik had his convoy, his task force here. So here's our problem now. I've got these stupid tankers out here, right? Who I was previously redirecting around these guys. But now I know he's got things out here. So here's what we're going to attempt to do. I'm going to try to get these guys back to Cape Town. I don't even know if they can do it. They're not even going to be able to do it. Look at that. 87,106. Let's see if these guys can back. Nope. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We'll just go to Diego Garcia and wait. because I'm not sending them to Perth. It's just too dangerous. So I think I'll send these guys to Diego Garcia. We'll wait there. And then I'll send out an AO to put some fuel on these guys, and we'll figure out where to send them next. But I'll tell you one thing. We are definitely not going to Perth. It's just too dangerous down here now. Now that I know he's got them dudes out here preying on our convoys and literally riding the edge of the map. And now I have to redirect around the Cocos Islands because of his spotter planes. Man, this is getting to be complicated, right? There we go. No more convoys to Perth. Now, with that being said, the reason that I couldn't stop the last ones was, one, I didn't even think Lodrik would come out this far and literally camp out on the edge of the map. I just never even considered that as a possibility because it just seems so ridiculous. But, you know, Lodrik can do anything he wants, right? But now I have a couple convoys on the way to Perth and I need to stop them. So let's see. These guys are going to Bombay, Perth. We need to turn around. We must turn around. There. Now we're turning around, okay? So I am not sending these guys to die. We're going to go back to Cape Town and we'll figure out a better way forward from there. These guys are going to Abaddon. These guys are going to Bombay, Bombay. Okay, so we just turned around our Perth-bound convoy, and we are not going to send it any further. So I'm glad at least we did that. So no more ships into Perth. At least not until I have some way of escorting them, which I really don't. Lodrik has 8 heavy cruisers out here, or 7 or 8 heavy cruisers, and about 20 destroyers operating out in this area. And there could be even more than that. That's insane. God, I wish I had that kind of firepower out here. All right, so over here on this part of Australia, it's been very quiet. We were able to get the Sumatra back safely. So we're going to fill this guy up. And then we will send him back to Brisbane, and we'll wait for another opportunity to attack something. Okay, these guys are fine. We dodged whatever it was that was out here last turn. Maybe it was these guys that just came out for sortie and left and came back. I don't know. But we're gonna top these guys off, and then we're gonna continue sending these guys over to Darwin, so we can operate out here, just in case we give a chance to pick off some more of Lodrik's ships. I want to have some firepower over there to do that. The Asheville is safe and sound. It's about to pull back into Darwin next turn to refuel, and then we'll figure out the next steps from there. These are the guys that attacked that submarine last turn. I think we're just going to go back to Port Moresby for now and wait. At Luganville, he once again got another... He got another dang task force with troops into Luganville. So I'm sure these are some of those 7th Division guys that we saw that are planning for an attack on Noumea. So he's definitely starting to build up Luganville for that purpose. And we know he's got fighters there. Can't really do anything about it right now. But we are going to just continue to reinforce Noumea as best we can, whenever we can. And I'll keep working on these forts because we're going to need them. Next turn we get an airfield capacity of 6, which is going to help a lot. And I think Kumak can stop. I don't think we need to go past size 7 fields here for now. So we'll just start working on the forts. Alright. So down here in New Zealand, it got super quiet from one turn to the next. We no longer see the subs here. I'm sure they've moved a little further out, but we do have ASW working this area. So I think what I'm going to do is just put these guys, take out the search arc, and just have them free roam a bit, see if they can find anything. There we go. Reset arc. There we go. See what we can catch out here. But that gives us the opportunity to get more troops into New Zealand. We've got all these guys unloaded now. And yeah, we're just going to wait for more reinforcements to get out to New Zealand so we have more ships to escort our stuff further. It's just not safe out here right now with everything going on. So, This is the sub that we saw at Rarotonga last turn, but one thing we aren't seeing right now is the Kido Butai element. I think it's the Hiryu. It was around here last turn, and now it's gone. And he's well within the range of my naval search, so he either moved out into here, or we just had a failure of naval search in general, but I don't know where those carriers are at, and it's very dangerous to me. Because I've got some stuff in the area that needs to get out of the way, and without knowing where those carriers are at, it's very dangerous to me. So I may start splitting up convoys, just to make sure, like break them down into smaller pieces just to distract his aircraft. Because that's not against the rules in this campaign. If he wants to be gamey and park on the edge of the map, I can be gamey and split up convoys, you know? It is whatever. Alright, so I think we'll just do one last little sweep around the map here. There's really no other activity that I can see at the moment. It's kind of quiet. But, yeah, two things we have to worry about now is these moves in China. This is going to be a big battle here in the next couple turns. These cruisers that are raiding out here in the Indian Ocean and completely decimating my ships, that's a huge issue. We need to deal with that somehow. And then I would like to know where the carriers are at that were here. Once I figure out where those guys are at, I'll feel a lot better. But until they're spotted again, we are in danger. So that's the turn. I hope you're enjoying me getting my butt kicked by Lodrik and his cruisers running amok out in the middle of bum F Egypt, Indian Ocean. I didn't even think it was possible for him to do what he did, but he's done it twice in 2 days now. So it's really cut down my convoys. I feel like both sides of Australia are currently blockaded. I can't come in from Perth, and I really can't come in from this way either because his carriers are just everywhere right now. So hopefully we have enough supply in Australia to last us a while. I think we do. We got a lot of fuel. We got a lot of supplies. Hopefully we can just last a bit until I can figure out a better way to get convoys safely into Australia. Because right now I ain't looking too good. So as always, I want to thank you guys for supporting me and Lodrik in this campaign, watching these videos and commenting. I hope you come to my Discord and you can join the conversation there. It's always a good time. And until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.